The piece I've created is called Drawn into the Distance. I live in Mirfield in West Yorkshire, and the actual view that this was originally based on is at the top of Huddersfield, overlooking maybe towards Sheffield, home first. And I did some sketches up there. That was where it started. I like looking at the layers of the views as it disappears, outlines, and sort of breaking it down into a line drawing. It's my own special place. You have the lovely, clearly defined trees in the foreground. In my head, they look like wire. Immediately, I see a tree and it's a wiry tree. My work has always been about romanticising things. My Victorian work was imagining being a Victorian lady walking down the prom, having tea and the etiquette. And in my head, that's a very beautiful, lovely life, but perhaps in reality, that wasn't the case. I've done the same thing with the view. I've omitted the ugly 1970s detached houses, and I've romanticised it and made it a more generic view. I draw the pieces first, so I still had the drawing that was a template, and then that gives me the idea of the composition and what thickness of wire I'm going to use, where to start basically, and just give me that clarity. Line drawings, pen and ink drawings. Once I discovered that has been my style. My drawings now have become more wiry because I know that they're going to become wire. I just use wire cutters and pliers and just hand form it, and to be honest, my nails do a lot of it as well. If I'm making a dry stone wall, it is just forming each individual stone and those lines and adding different thicknesses of wire in to make it look interesting. I've spent at least 2 days making dry stone walls. Sometimes it feels like I'm actually building a dry stone wall. Like, some of the trees have got individual leaves on them. One of the trees, I'm sure, took at least 5 days. It's very dirty and greasy and quite hard on the hands at times. I like the immediacy of seeing that I've drawn it and I've recreated it. I've been working with wire full-time more or less since 2006. All of my work up until this point really has been focused on tea and tea drinking and architecture, and they have been attached to a board. The whole idea of applying for Collect Open is to push my work. The piece is now suspended. It hasn't got a board, it doesn't need walls, it could be in the middle of an atrium, you can walk around it. It's really free and it's got its own life. It's a lot more wobbly, which, I mean, you wouldn't think it could get any wobblier. It's a lot deeper than my usual work. Normally they only come from the board maybe 30 centimetres. This piece is over 1.5 meters deep. It naturally grew, to be honest, as well. So I had a drawing to begin with, but my process has changed through this piece as well. As I suspended it, the piece grew out of the constraints of the paper, and I added a little cottage because I felt it needed a focal point. Collect isn't the end of it, it's the start of something. It's given me the opportunity to do something different and focus on my own work and my own development. I've not given myself the opportunity to develop and to try new things and to play, and that's what this has given me, and so I'm grateful and it's exciting.